We will do this first. So we are going to start out with a card using the Design a Daydream Designer Series paper package. And this is the host only pack in the back of the catalog. It's on page 135. The package is 12 by 12 sheets. There are 48 sheets in the package, and there are 4 each of 12 different designs. So here's the 12 different designs. They're all double-sided. Super cute. Love the patterns. There's like something for everyone, or there's just so many different kinds of things in here. It's really fun. And then, of course, the coordinating colors. And if you're going to get this paper, you guys, don't forget that the Daffodil Delight ruched ribbon is on the clearance rack for $3, and it looks fantastic with this paper. Just a little tip for you. Okay, so for this card, we are going to be using the Alphabest stamp set, and of course, the little coordinating label punch. And I don't know what gems I'm going to use. I've got 2 different choices here. I've got the brushed metallic and then the solid faceted. We'll use one of them. I'm not sure which ones. We're using the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm using the 3rd smallest circle, so I've already got that cut out. We're also going to be using the Petal Pink polyester ribbon. Super cute, very soft and very pliable, ties brilliantly. I'm going to be using the Banners Pick-a-Punch. And then we're going to be using some Blackberry Bliss ink. So I need some blocks because I forgot what I was doing and I didn't prepare. So here's my blocks. So in this stamp set, there are a lot of what we in the US would consider weird symbols and letters. This is a like a world universal set, I think. And that is why there are these little characters, because a lot of different languages use these types of letters. We don't in the US. We also don't use these. I think these are like dollar signs, but not dollars, like for different currencies. So what I did, because it was really confusing for me, when I would open up the stamp set trying to find the proper letters. So I took off all the things that we don't use here in the United States, and I just put them on a window sheet, and I have them in the case because, of course, I don't want to get rid of them. If I sell it, somebody might want them. And then I did a photocopy of the sheet that comes in your stamp set, and I scribbled out all of the things that don't apply to me here in the US, so that when I open up my set and I'm looking for things, I don't have that distracting me. Now, that may not distract you. You may be able to not be distracted by that. I could not. Every time I opened the set, all I would see were those, and it made it so difficult for me to find what I was looking for. And so that was my little solution to that. So there you go. That may be helpful to you. It may not. I don't know. All right, so we are going to use the word hi and the exclamation point. And whoops, there's the exclamation point. And then I think I might want to use this little stamp here that like puts a border around your letter. So we'll put that on a block too. Okay. So I have all my papers here. There's a bunch. And this is a fun fold card. So we're going to need our trimmer. So our main piece is 8 by 4 1/4. And we are going to do some scoring. We're going to score it at 1 1/4 inch from each end. So we have the long edge at the top of the trimmer, and I'm going to slide this over to 1 1/4 inch on this side of the track. So here's the track. We've got the 1 inch. The next big line is 1 1/4, and that is what I'm going to line this up at. And then I'm going to use my scoring blade and do that. I'm going to rotate this around so the other end is on the right side of the track. And we're going to put it at the 1 1/4 inch again. And we're going to get our scoring blade coming here. And here we go. All right. So what do we have going on in the comments? I suppose I better check. Lisa and Bonnie tell you that you should join Stamp Happy Academy, and they're not wrong. And we have Vicki joining us, and Christine and Cindy and Mary. And let's see, Kathy, Hilda, Jean, Lisa, all of you girls. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so then we have our 2 sides. So we're just going to fold those in and burnish them. And I have misplaced my bone folder. This is a bone folder that I got at that recent event that I went to down in St. George, Utah. Everybody got one, and we have our names on them. How awesome is that? Oh, I see somebody. Karen said she is from Utah, and she's excited to finally catch me on a live show. Awesome. Welcome, Karen. Good to have you here. And hello, Mary. All right, so then we've got a standard 4 1/4 by 5, or no, that's not right. 4 by 5 1/4 inch inside layer. So I think I can go ahead. Do I want to put that in there now? Yeah, I think I will. Because it's basically going to be for a message. Wow, did you see that? That was kind of a nice little trick. It's going to be for your inside message. So we will try to get this in and centered nicely. There we go. Okay, burnish that down again, burnish that down again. Okay, so then I have a bunch of layers of cardstock and designer series paper. So this is the paper that I wanted to use. I just love striped paper. It's just like one of my favorite things. There are some little kites on the back that would be perfect for the Kite Delight stamp set, just saying. And it happens to be on sale. I think it's 30% off. So it's only like $12.60 US right now. Until it sells out, and it could be sold out, but I don't think it is. Then my next layer is white. So this is 2.5 by 3.5. So this is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. And then we have a petal pink that is 2 3/4 and 3 3/4. And then our next layer is just a little bit larger at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all these layers together. And I am telling you guys, it is warm in the basement, and I don't really think that it is. I think it's probably just me. Love a good hot flash. There we go. I think Annette said it was $16 for Australians. Thank you, Annette. So I'm assuming that's 30% off. I don't know if the same discounts apply in all markets. I guess it depends on the amount of product that they have, because I'm assuming that there's a few extra Kite Delight stamp sets, and that's why they're on sale. So it's possible that they don't have extras in Australia. I don't know. Okay, so if you happen to be watching me from another country, just know that that could be the case. All right, so we have all those very skinny layers put together, and now we're going to put this on to the Daffodil Delight. And Katie also says she loves SHA and that you guys should do it. So you should. Everybody should sign up. Okay, so then we're going to add this to the card, and you can see we're going to center it, but you can see we only have a very small area where we want to put adhesive because we don't want it to stick anywhere except right here. So I'm pretty confident that a strip of seal will be perfect if I apply it carefully. And now I can do the eyeball test here to see how good the eyeballs are working today. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. There we go. So now we have this kind of fun fold. Yay! And now if you want, you could put DSP strips on these two side panels here. You would probably need about a 1 1/8 by 4 1/8 inch piece. You could stamp the sides. And Blackberry Bliss is a very difficult color to stamp tone on tone. In fact, let me just show you what I mean. It's just one of those colors that is so dark that you can't really see when you stamp something on it. You can't really see it. So I've got a stamp here. This happens to be one of those ones from I think it's called limited edition or something, that you would put on the back of your stamps. So I'm inking it up in Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to ink it. Oh, I lied. You can see it, but it almost looks black. I'm just not a huge fan of tone-on-tone stamping with Blackberry Bliss, but you can do what you want. I'm not going to do anything. Okay, but I guess I do need my stamps, my ink pad still. Let me look at that again. Yeah, it almost looks black. So I don't know. Maybe Versamark would be better. Maybe Versamark would be a better option. I don't know. Okay, so we are going to take our little scraps here, and now I need to see the punch goes like this. So I'm going to stamp my things vertically. So I think what I might do is I might stamp my letter first and then put the little border around it. I think that might be the easiest way to go here. We'll see. And then our exclamation point. Okay, and then here is our little border stamp. Yeah, that's going to work pretty good because I can totally see, which I could probably see through it either way. It wouldn't make any difference. Oh, that was terrible. We're going to redo that one. That one was better. I got a little heavy-handed that first time, so we'll be careful. There we go. So we're going to bring in this little strip here. We're going to do this H over. There we go. I just stuck my hand in it, of course. And here we go. Now, you might notice that there is ink that I got in the center of this stamp. You can see the ink there. If you want, if you are a very heavy-handed stamper, which I can be, you can try this little trick. I'm going to clean that off so I don't get it all over my hands. I'm going to spank it dry. You can try this little trick that I have done in the past. So you take your stamp, you fold it in half, okay, and then you take some scissors and you can cut into the photopolymer, and then you could cut the other direction, and you can just cut that inside out. If you can be careful. If you can't be careful, don't do it. Now I'm telling you that you shouldn't do it if you can't be careful, and watch me, I'm going to ruin it. That'll make me sad because I really like this little stamp. But anyway, if you just gently go around, you can like cut that middle section out. If you're a heavy-handed stamper and you get ink on the middle and you end up getting it on your paper, this might be something for you to do. So I will end up finishing that later because that's going to bother me, because I definitely could see myself getting ink where I don't want it. Okay, so now we're just going to bring our little punch in, and we're going to punch out our little letters and exclamation point. And one more here. There we go. Okay, so we're done with those. So we've got our little high here and our exclamation point. And we are going to add those to this little label that we have cut from the Stylish Shapes set. And we're just going to kind of add these. Obviously, they're a little bit too big for the whole thing, but that's fine. We're just going to kind of set them on there where we think they look good. And then I'm going to start by adding the middle one first. And we're going to center it. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space up at the top. Oh, thank you so much, Christine. She said for you guys to give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome if you would do that. I very much appreciate that. I would also appreciate if you'd subscribe to my channel right down here, because that lets you, that lets you be notified when I upload new videos or when I'm going to go live. And you should actually check the little notification bell that's down there somewhere after you subscribe. And if you are subscribed and haven't clicked the bell, you should, because then you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Okay, so I'm going to close my ink before I stick my finger in it. And then we also have a little strip. So I took another pattern of the Designer Series paper. This is the same package, and it's just a Blackberry Bliss kind of, I think it's flowers is what it actually is. And so we are going to cut it because we want it to be right there, but we want it to hang off just slightly. And so we're going to use the Banner's Pick-a-Punch, and we're going to flag this end a little. And we're going to stick that on about like so. So let me get my seal back in here. There we go. And I'm putting this on, I don't know, maybe a ½ an inch. Whoops, maybe about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of that layer. Is that even? You know how I have been lately, you guys. Not the most even gluer in the world. Okay. I think that's even. I'm going to add this little guy with some dimensionals right here, kind of towards the left edge of the thing. There we go. And now I'm going to tie myself a bow. So I like to take my ribbon and make 2 loops, and then I cross the loops, and then the top loop goes to the back and comes through the hole that was just made. And then I can just manipulate the bows, the loops, I guess, not the bows. This is a bow. But the loops on each side, I can manipulate them. That's a mouthful of a word. Oh, wow. And then we will snip off the excess there. And we will snip off the excess on this side too. And we are going to put that right down here. So I left a little space underneath my high for my bow. And this is kind of a little bit more substantial ribbon. So I'm going to probably use 2 glue dots on this. And that way I can get the whole knot with a glue dot on it. And we'll just add that right below the eye. So cute. And then the last thing I wanted to do was I want to add some bling. And so I couldn't decide. I mean, I think I've decided. I really like these copper brushed metallic adhesive dots. I just feel like the copper goes really well with the petal pink, and it just gives it a little bit of shine. But I also have the option of these solid faceted gems. These are petal pink, and they're faceted, so obviously they're going to catch the light, which is pretty also. But I think I've convinced myself to use these brushed metallic dots in the copper. So let's just take a look-see here and see what copper is going to do for us. And I thought I would stick one because they almost look petal pink, you know? When you get them onto the card, they look very much petal pinkish. So I've got 2 small and a large. Oops, I think I'm going to move that one down just a little bit. There we go. So there it is, finished. It's a very cute layout. It's very simple, lots of layers of cardstock, but you could certainly, you know, not put that many layers if you didn't like that many layers. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love this paper, and it's just so much fun. All right.